modern technology wasn't so modern when it gave us the first images of snowflakes. For the first time, we saw the beauty of nature's creation, and the secret was revealed. No matter how many times we look, no matter how many snowflakes we see, when the same atoms, the same molecules that gave us so much frozen white wonder come together, no two snowflakes are exactly the same. Each snowflake created by random design of Mother Nature's chance. Each one created by divine choice. Just like all of us, made up of the same elements, the same molecules, yet each one uniquely different. You and the snowflake, unique by chance, divine by choice.
Good evening, you guys. I love starting with that video. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of catches you in your feels when you really start thinking about it, right? I'm about to launch a webinar here. Honestly, I love that video because it really talks about how we as humans, we look so much alike. We have so much that are about each other, but we all just have this little smidget that's just different about us, right? And that's really what we're gonna talk about tonight. So my name is Cameron James. I'm currently living in Seattle. I'm from Sacramento, California. My goal tonight is to actually facilitate a couple of other people that are going to jump on here and actually share their stories tonight. So also, as I always say, starting off, I'm grateful to be here with you guys tonight. I see a couple of people in here, some new faces, some names I don't know yet. I look forward to getting to meet people. I'm excited to share, like I said, some of our friends' stories tonight. And I'm just grateful for my health to actually be here and be able to talk with you guys tonight. So we're going to get this thing started. I'm going to give you guys a real short story of myself, and then I'm going to hand this off to a good friend of mine, Carleen. But you guys, tonight we're talking about a group, Uforia, and really what we're doing is we're creating designer health for people, designer solutions for people that are looking for wellness in their life, whether it's somebody who is looking to get from sickness to wellness or somebody who's looking to get to peak performance. And I myself, my journey into nutrition starts about 4 years ago. I was an athlete my entire life, but it wasn't until 4 years ago that it was introduced to me from a way to actually improve my athletic performance and to be able to take my my physical body to the next level, right? And as I got introduced to it, I started to detox, clean out my body, and my mind, or I should say my body was transformed, then my mind was opened up to what I could do physically, but then what I could do in my life. I got into entrepreneurship, and it's been a spiritual journey for me and everything like that. So it was actually this last weekend, I just had this realization that why am I still in nutrition with all the things that I've advanced in my life? It's because nutrition was the doorway to me getting to where I'm at, right? So that's my story, but really I want to make this tonight about somebody else and a couple other people. So I actually want to introduce you guys to a really good friend of mine named Carleen Hitchman, who is for the first time going to come on here and share some of her story. And I'm excited for her to do so. Carleen is a mom to a newborn that's sitting right with her, about 3.5 months old. She has 2 Rottweilers at home, and she's worked over a decade in the pet nutrition industry. So even though she's working with animals, she still understands the wellness of beings and helping them feel good. So I'm honored to have her tonight. She has a heart to share love and to share opportunity for other moms such as herself. So Carleen, I would love for you to come on here and just share a little bit about yourself and your story and what brings you on tonight.
Thanks, Cam. Love you so much. So glad we're doing this together. Cam, like you said, he lives in Seattle with his wife, and he has a fur daughter too, so he knows how important nutrition is. But super excited to share with you guys tonight. This is my daughter's journey, and she too is really, really excited. So if she starts making noise, just know she's amped. So yeah, for the past decade, I've had the pleasure to do what my heart loves, and it was improving the lives of animals through nutrition and training. I worked for a company that was heart and soul. They cared about their consumers, and they really put their best paw forward when it came to what products we were choosing for our customers. And after years of educating about greater nutrition for animals, I kind of decided it was time that I improved my own health. And I was introduced to whole food, and it truly changed my life. Ailments and issues that I had dealt with for years started to go away. I was able to listen to my body and find out what it loved and what it didn't like. Fast forward to Uforia falling into my lap and actually Cam sharing it with me, and it made more sense. It was a product that was created for my body, backed by science, as well as it was created by a company and a CEO that was truly passionate about this product that they were creating. So now I'm on a mission to help others take similar steps to improve their health and well-being. I have seen, way too many loved ones battle and ultimately lose to diseases like cancer. And I've watched lively people become lackluster because of these ailments. So having a product that's designed for our individual needs, how can I not share this? The business part really spoke to me when I found out I was going to be a single mom. Becoming a parent, I'm sure there's parents out there that it really spotlights so many areas in my life that I needed to change. And this just happened to be one of them. So I've been closely following Uforia for about 7 months. And now that Journey's here, I'm really dreading having to go back. I've been off this whole time with her. And I don't want to trade time with her for dollars. So, I really love spending every minute with her, watching her take in the world and learn. I want flexibility. I want to travel, and I want to watch her grow. It's also super important that I want her to see me help others and help instill a level of compassion in her heart. And most importantly, I want Journey to watch her mom win big in life. So super, super grateful for this opportunity, for this company, for these products, for this family. You guys have me so juiced up. And yeah, I look forward to growing with everybody, and super thankful for you guys for giving me this space to share. So take it away, Cam.
I love you so much.
Love you.
So cool to see her come on here and speak. You guys, seriously, Carleen, you have so much faith to be just where you are in the decisions that you're making in your life and just having this baby. And she's like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know all the details, but like, I'm in, like, I'm going for it. You know what I mean? So just excited to have you here. And awesome. So I want to touch a little bit on two things. I am going to introduce our CEO, Ron Williams, and he's just awesome. But before I do that, I want to touch a little bit on what this customized nutrition that we're talking about is. So I'm going to actually pull up a report. So in short, what we actually do is we actually run tests on our own DNA. We just do a simple cotton swab, but we actually get a whole wellness report back. This is one out of a 37-page report where it actually goes in and tells me, like, what are my genetics actually saying? What type of variants did I get from my mom or my dad? And really what we're looking at are what's called actionable SNPs. And again, to make things simple for people that are just like poking their head in here tonight and looking at this, it just means that there's something in our genes that we can take action on. Like, that's it. It means nutrition has an effect on them, and we have a way to work with that. So when we go in here and we do a test, we get something just like this, which is my report. But the coolest thing about this is we can take this and use peer-reviewed research, scientific studied ingredients and actually know what would be beneficial to our health. And that's where we're actually able to create a designer supplement, which is what we're looking at right here. I told myself I was going to count how many ingredients. I didn't count it, but what's crazy is this product is like worthless to anybody else except me, because it's designed for me. It's based on my genetic code, and we have a possibility of making over 400, just about 400 million different combinations. So I don't say that for just like a big number. It's just saying that like everybody's different. Everybody's at a different spot. So we're in a society where it makes sense for us to start creating products that are designed based on what my body says it needs versus what somebody is just saying, hey, this is just good for overall health. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I want to introduce, I'm going to stop sharing this. Actually, no, I'm going to pop over to something else. Our founder and our CEO, Ron Williams, is an amazing man. Since the day I've met him and been following him about 6-7 months ago, he has experience both in our industry from a wellness health and wellness standpoint, but also from a network marketing standpoint. He's a tremendous leader. He's a man of character and integrity. And I know it's one of those things that you can just say, like, talk about people, but just being in this man's presence, you can tell that, like, he has a joy for life. He has a desire to serve, to give, and he's been there and he's done that. And he's been around the block, and he's not about like anything other than truly helping people progress and evolve in themselves and in communities and in families. And it's an honor to be backed by him, you know what I mean, with what we have here. So I'm going to actually share a little video of his where he's going to talk a little bit about our product and what we have here. So give me just another second to pull that back up.
My name is Ron Williams. I am CEO and founder of Uforia Science. And everybody wants to know what Uforia Science is. It starts in a lab, world-class lab, HIPAA and CLIA certified, which means they operate at the highest standards of quality and efficacy, as well as the highest standards of security. Your information will never be seen or sold by anyone but you. And from the lab, they measure what are called your genetic SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms, which really we inherit from our parents, and they tell us a lot about genetic variants and what we might be susceptible to in our overall life and our health. And what's cool is once the results come out of the lab, there's an intellectual property, a software that has been pioneered by some of the best minds on the planet with DNA. And what happens is your information goes through that sophisticated software and it produces a name, your name, and a barcode. Then the miracle happens. That name and barcode are then scanned by what we've called the Utritionator, and the Utritionator will make your very own designer nutrition using nearly 100 plant-based, peer-reviewed ingredients just for you. So we find this to be extremely fascinating. We call that product Utrition. It comes with your name on the label. So what's happening now is people are seeing this movement into DNA. You know, your DNA is your authority on nutrition. So everybody wants in. The problem is they're mimicking the message by saying, here's a DNA test, which is fantastic, by the way. And then they're just using pre-labeled, prefabbed, pre-made product off of someone's shelf using blind nutrition. So instead of doing a DNA test and blind nutrition, and here, go eat this, and go to the grocery store and buy that, and go to the health food store and buy this, I mean, that's a lot of stress and legwork. So what Uforia does is it removes all the legwork, it removes all the guesswork, and it puts in the palm of your hand your very own nutrition. You know, I've had a few nights to sleep on this vision and this technology, and I think Uforia has the potential to become, to supplement companies, what Amazon has become to retail outlets. I think there'll come a day when our children's children will say, hey, you mean you guys used to use all the same nutrition for everyone? You know? So I think that this is the future. It's inevitable, and we're leading this future today. So clearly this is also, you know, a business movement. Talk about an opportunity to be on the ground floor of the future today. Even when it confronts the supplement industry, where will you be at the tipping point? And so this is going to be a business that really demands leadership, but it'll be dominated by customers. The nice thing is we've made it affordable. Actually, the technology has made it efficient and affordable. We did a study that if you went to a health food store and you were to try to replicate your nutrition and buying all the ingredients individually, it could cost upwards of a couple $1,000s. Nutrition is delivered to your door for $159. It's a lifetime of luxury. So this just isn't a new product. It's a complete paradigm shift. Being who we truly are at our core and our identity is life-giving in itself. It's empowering. It's liberating. So at Uforia, being you never felt better.
I love that, guys. He said, Uforia has the opportunity to supplement companies what Amazon became to retail companies. Like, that's opportunity, you guys. Like, I'm so excited when I hear from him. So Ron is just an amazing man. But on that topic of timing and opportunity and also telling the story, I'm gonna pass this off to a good friend of mine, Mariel. So get ready here in a second. But it's kind of funny. Last week I introduced Teresa as a fireball, and I think if there's anybody else I would introduce as that, it'd probably be Mariel. So this woman has so much energy, and she's an amazing woman. And I've had the blessing to know her for 3 or 4 years at this point now. And she has a passion for nutrition. She just has huge dreams and huge visions of what she wants to do with her life. And in this industry and what we have here, I love and appreciate being around somebody such as yourself, Mariel. So please go ahead and take it home.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you so much. It's incredible that we have known each other for several years. Something I really admire about Cam is his incredible leadership and commitment to helping others. And he's like a brother to me, just an all-around quality individual. And I'm so grateful really to get to build this business with him. So first off, I want to say thank you to everyone who is tuning in and joining us tonight. It just is truly so exciting to be a part of something that's progressive, fun, and really a category changer. With that being said, I'm Mariel Dunlap. I'm calling in from Denver, but I wanted to give you a quick little background about me so you know who you're speaking with. So I'm born and raised in a small town in Oklahoma. I was fortunate to have both my parents, at work from home growing up. And really what that did is it created this picture of freedom in terms of traveling, finances, and building a family around both. And so I went on, I did the traditional route of going to college. I actually was a D1 student athlete. And so health and wellness, has really always been my passion. It's actually really all I've really known, and I'm really blessed for that. I think that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this, because our bodies are designed to feel incredible. Optimal health is so essential. And when you feel that, I just want to share it. So I've also understood that it's a lifestyle and that we're going to pay for this eventually. It's just up to you how you want to do it. But I never really understood why people made, health around an event, such as a birthday or a wedding, or just, a reunion or something. And I know that we only know health to a certain degree, but it just never really made sense why it was attached to an event. So even with a nutritional science degree and a couple national championships, I really became a side gig specialist. And with that being said, I'm talking like all things under the sun. Collegiate strength and conditioning coach, private chef, worked in the food industry, and quickly found myself becoming really drained and unfulfilled. I knew I wasn't cut out for the 9-to-5 cloth, and I was really starting to look for my options. And so something that was really attractive about this opportunity in this industry is really because of the options that it creates. And relationship marketing, network marketing, they don't care about your background. It doesn't matter if you finish college or, you don't have to be the total package. And I think that is so unique. And also, this opportunity that you are able to build a fortune. Residual income is incredible. How many of you want to be free? And I know I do. And when you start to look at that, we're really not free. We're being told what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And there are different, industries that are becoming saturated. So when you look at your current options, it's like, well, you could work 40 hours every week for 40 years, retire at 65, maybe have a part-time job. You can be a traditional business owner, with a high startup cost, a lot of overhead, and the chances of it going under. So really this idea of having a secondary income is necessary, or, making it a full-time investment is what's just so attractive about this. By investing several hours into this proven business system. So the beauty of residual income and willing to do the work one time over this consumable product is just, it's phenomenal. It's actually mind-blowing. So something that I know that's really important before joining a company is really seeing who's captaining this ship. And I knew I wanted to be a part of something that's moving the economy forward, something that was bigger than myself. But I wanted to evaluate the product, the people, and this process. And so something that I love is that they're not competing with Amazon. It's not another Me Too type of deal. And timing in business is everything. And so this isn't just an overnight idea. In fact, it's been decades in the making. And when you look at these names with who it's partnered with, it's the absolute best in the space. So it's kind of like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, all, got together and decided to do this massive project. And it's probably something that you would take a look at. So, here we are, we have Terry Lepore, who's a billionaire and has studied and predicted health trends. He's a mastermind, and he's extremely particular about with who he partners with. And that leads us to Ron Williams, this incredible being who has this amazing reputation in this space. He's worked in health and wellness industry for many, many years. He actually was retired and came back to lead this. And he really has this amazing way of meshing the human side of things and culture. So much admiration for him. And then we have Eric Worre. He's our master trainer. He speaks all over the world. He's highly sought after. And in fact, we actually have an app or a CRM with $10,000 worth of his training. It is just absolutely incredible. And none of these guys need the money, but really they were in it for leaving a legacy. So, for decades, we've been preaching this concept of the one size fit all, nutrition. But it leads us to how one man's medicine can be one man's poison. And that's the beauty of this company is we may be 99% alike, but it's that 1% that illuminates us. And I think that is just absolutely phenomenal. And so Uforia is changing that. Biotech or bio and tech are two of the biggest booming industries on planet Earth right now. The product, business opportunity, and timing is mind-blowing. And so when I explain what this business can do for people, it really is to provide those options. And when we think of options, we're talking about freedom. And so where do you want to be when Ron talks about the tipping point? So I want to thank you all for your time. Please get back to the person who invited you tonight. I'm going to leave you with some questions that I was left with whenever I first heard this opportunity. And it's, if not this, then what? What's your plan? What is your plan to get out of debt, to optimize your health? What's that look like for you? And if not now, then when? Timing is everything in this business. And in the next 3 to 5 years, everyone who does know about this, it's not going to be the same opportunity as it was today. And lastly, if not you, then who? Because there is someone who's going to bring this to every town, every city, every state, every country. So if it's not you, then who is it going to be? So now that you know this information, what are you going to do with it? So one last thing that we're going to leave you with, because I wonder how many of you are going to be able to relate.
The world is changing faster than ever. What used to take decades is now taking years or even months.
What you see right now is the illusion that people have had for many decades about the workplace being this secure place to work the rest of your life.
For the first time in the history of our nation, our children will not do as well as us.
We've seen our friends get laid off. We've been laid off. We've had our pay cut.
People are overworked and underpaid. They seem to have less time and less freedom. They live under constant pressure.
This is going to be forced. And so even if your employer loves you, they may have to cut you. There's something wrong that on Monday morning, the heart attack rate increases by 35%.
Technology is accelerating. Job security is declining. It just doesn't seem like the old models of making a living are as reliable as they used to be.
Every aspect of our lives, there's a better way out there, but we're still doing it the old way.
We live in the greatest country on the planet, and there are a lot of people sitting around complaining and being cynical.
Like everyone's whining about this old model, and I'm like, why don't you leave it? Look at all this over here. Look at all this opportunity.
Since so much of our lives revolve around our work and the way we make our living, many people are thinking there just has to be a better way.
The biggest challenge facing our world today is not making money, is what are we going to do with all the displaced, unemployed people?
People are afraid that they're going to make the wrong decision. People are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid that maybe I don't have the skills.
Hey, sports fans, industrial age is over. It's dead. It's dying. That's why going to school to get a job is an obsolete idea. A steady paycheck is an industrial age idea.